Today I am going to explain the second part of Avatar. If you have not watched Avatar 1, go to my channel and watch it first. Here, the story is taken a little further, where Jake has already had some children. Jake explains that apart from his own children, he has 2 more adopted children. One of them is the daughter of his old partner, who was killed after giving birth to her. Here, we are talking about the leader of Jake's project, who was shot and killed while escaping with Jake during the war. And here is another child who is human. After the war ended, when all the humans were sent back to Earth, this child remained here. All these children play together and take great care of each other. Jake teaches all his children various skills, such as how to use a bow and arrow, fishing, and so on. All these children are happy, but one night Jake and his wife Neytiri see a shining star. As the star comes closer, they discover it's a human spaceship. Humans have once again arrived in their world, on the planet Pandora. As soon as they arrive, the forest is devastated by the fire emanating from their spaceship. The fire scorches many animals in the blink of an eye, causing immense damage. The humans emerge from within with the same robot with which the Colonel had attacked Jake. There are also huge human vehicles, crushing everything in their path. Neytiri can't think of anything beyond crying. Seeing all this, it becomes clear how low humans can fall, leaving nothing to say. Now we're shown an Avatar clone who looks exactly like Jake. He storms out of the lab in a panic and starts killing everyone around him. The 2 controlling him say, "You're our Colonel, and you're human. After your death, we've given you a body equipped with modern technology that will allow you to live on this planet, but you'll look just like a creature from this planet. That's why you have nothing to fear." Similarly, many humans were brought back to life through similar clones. Most of the survivors were given similar bodies, as we can see in the people standing around the Colonel. On the other hand, Jake and some of his men bomb and blow up an approaching human train carrying weapons and food. After destroying the human ship on their own flying bird, they loot all their belongings. When the Colonel learns of this loss, he plans to kill Jake, as Jake is the leader of the Na'vi tribe. The Colonel's senior officer tells him that whenever they sent their ships into Jake's jungle, their flying bird always destroyed them, and that he was the last hope. Hearing this, the Colonel walks into the jungle with his companions. But Jake's children were playing. They saw humans approaching and were trying to inform their father, Jake, using the radio when the humans, the Colonel, caught them. While they were torturing Jake's child, the leader arrives and pierces one of the Colonel's men with her arrow. A fight breaks out. The leader saves the rest of her children, but the Colonel takes the child, who was human, with him. While the leader is worried about her children, Jake says, "We have to leave this jungle. The Colonel will definitely come here to kill me. Now, because I know that the Colonel was cloned, and all his memories were transferred to him through a chip. And now that he's back, he wants to kill me. That's why you, me, and our children have to leave. We have to save the lives of the rest of our tribe, because the child the Colonel has taken with him will soon tell them our location, and the humans will reach us." The leader wasn't willing to leave, but it was a matter of her own tribe's lives, so she agreed. The humans are torturing Jake's adopted child, demanding his home address, but he's quite intelligent. Therefore, he flatly refuses to tell them anything. Just then, the Colonel arrives and stops the machine. The child, who was being tortured, said, "Since he's human, we'll talk like humans." The Colonel extended a friendly hand to him, explaining, "I'm your real father, and the last time I came to this world, I deliberately left you here because I didn't want to take you with me. But now I've realized it, and I'll take you back to my planet." Hearing this, the innocent child, named Spider, agrees, "Okay, I'll show you the place." Jack leaves his tribe and heads off on his flying creatures. They arrive near the Na'vi, who live near the water. The Na'vi, who live here, are from the same planet, but are a different color. The Na'vi initially make fun of them, noting their tails, saying, "They have thin tails," and so on. Then the leader of the water people arrives and tells Jake, "You're a jungle dweller. There's no need for you to be here near the water. You have no idea how to survive underwater." But Jake replied, "We'll learn your ways, and I need you for my family so they can survive here properly." Seeing this, the waterboat leader agrees and allows them to stay. The next day, Jack's children are being taken for a walk by the local children. Jake's son ties his hair braids to a creature in the water. He swims very fast underwater, which causes him great difficulty. The next day, some local children call Jack's daughter, Kerry, crazy. They also start mistreating her and teasing her. Just then, Jack's other children arrive and start beating the harassing children, asking, "Why did you say that to our sister?" When Jake learns of this, he scolds his own son. "Why did you hit him? He's the son of the local leader. Now, go and apologize to him." When he went to apologize, the leader's son was still furious, so he wanted to take revenge. All his friends told him, "Let me take you to a nice place." He took him to deep water, where a dangerous monster lived. All his friends took him there, leave him alone and run away. Shortly after, a whale monster attacks him, causing him to drown underwater, and the monster continues to attack him, hoping to eat him. They are now face to face when another, much larger fish appears, grabs the smaller fish in its mouth, smashes it against a rock, killing it on the spot. Jake's son, unable to breathe in time, begins to drown. When he opens his eyes, he sees that the same fish that killed the monster underwater has saved his life and is lying on top of him. Jake's son sees that the fish has a large hook stuck in its wing. He removes it, making him feel better. This leads to a close friendship between the two, and the large fish leaves Jake's son with the underwater tribe. When the Na'vi leader of all the tribes learns that his own son deliberately left their guest to die with the monster, he begins to punish his own son. But Jack's son says, "It's not your son's fault. I told you to go there. He was just stopping me." Hearing this, the leader's son felt very embarrassed that he had saved me, even though I had made a mistake. I wanted to kill him. Seeing his kindness, he now becomes a good friend of theirs. Jake's son tells everyone that a big fish saved his life, but his friends make fun of him, and no one believes him. The next day, he goes back to the same big fish, and they both enjoy themselves. In fact, a legend had spread among the sailors that this big fish had killed all its kind, its own family. And if this fish had done so, why was it so fond of Jake's son? The colonel was wandering around in search of Jake when he received information about where Jake might still be. But until now, he didn't have the exact information, therefore was facing a lot of difficulties. The colonel had chosen a creature from among the flying creatures there, just like Jake. Having done so, the colonel and his men set out to find it and ended up on a nearby island. The people started saying, "We've never seen the creature you're showing pictures of." The colonel, convinced by all their lies, kills one of their aquatic creatures. The colonel's son tries to convince him that these people know nothing. They only catch fish. Let them go. After listening to his son, the colonel agrees. But the cruel man doesn't relent. As he leaves, he sets fire to the homes of the local tribe, burning them to ashes. He goes to other places and kills many innocent. Despite persistently questioning everyone, he still can't find Jake. Similarly, all these humans see the aquatic creature. That is, they see the fish. They attack it with their weapons and small missiles. Furthermore, they attack them with sonic guns that the fish are unable to attack humans, making it so easy for humans to catch it. A large fish swims nearby with its young, never having harmed humans before. But now, the poor thing writhes in pain and is finally killed on the spot. Its young one wanders around, calling out for its mother. The humans were shamelessly applauding, having succeeded in their mission. Seeing all this, the colonel's son, Spider, became deeply upset, as he cared for all these animals and couldn't tolerate this cruelty. The humans captured the creature and took it with them. Using a drill, they drilled a hole in the upper part of its mouth, from which a yellow liquid began to flow. This was a water that would extend the lifespan of anyone who drank it, albeit by a small amount. This means that humans would gain many more years to live, and this liquid would be worth millions of dollars. This means that two things are very precious on the planet Pandora, the stone and the liquid. After which, they begin to blame Jake. They started saying that because of you, humans have reached this far and now they are killing our creatures. And very soon, the green NA6 leader started telling us, whatever happened, happened. Now we will fight the humans. After this, Jake's son once again goes to meet the same fish that saved his life. And he sees that there's an anchor-like device attached to the fish, holding it in place and preventing it from moving. The humans intend to kill more fish to obtain the liquid. This time, it's Jake's son's fish that's enormous in size and can produce a lot of liquid. That's why the humans are trying to kill this fish. All his friends are also present. They knew the humans were coming to kill the fish. The colonel also spots the children through his telescope. Jake and the leader realize their children are in danger and take up their weapons and rush to rescue them. With great difficulty, the children remove the device from the large fish. The fish swims away, ultimately saving its life. However, the humans are still firing and pursuing the children. Here, the leader's daughter is about to die underwater, but Jake's son saves her life by grabbing her hand and pulling her towards him. But soon, the children are caught in a large net and brought aboard their ship. Jake's parents had also reached there. Jake stopped and saw that his son was held captive by the colonel at the front of the ship. The colonel said, if you want to save your children, you must come to the ship alone. Jake then decided to go alone. Just then, Jake's son's biggest fish friend suddenly emerged from underwater, climbed onto their ship, and began attacking the humans with its hands and tail, destroying everything. Seeing this, Jake and the leader's men also got a chance to attack the humans, and they all started moving towards the ship. A fierce fight broke out between the humans and all the Na'vi. Many humans were killed, along with some Na'vi. And the underwater creature, Jake's son's friend, jumped onto the ship and strangled them with their own iron ropes. Jake, fighting off the humans, comes to the children and rescues them. Some of the children also find their adopted human brother, Spider, and try to save their lives by chasing him away. However, in the ensuing frantic chase, Jake's eldest son is shot and killed. After seeing all this, his mother is completely devastated and starts crying and screaming. But Jake's two children have been captured again by the colonel, and they were waiting for Jake to come to their rescue, and they would seize this opportunity to kill him. Jake arrives there very quietly and detonates, completely destroying the ship. Fires engulf the entire ship. Many people were also killed. His wife was now extremely enraged. She showed no signs of stopping. She shoots her arrows with such force that people tremble on the spot, and hits one person so badly that he dies on the spot. Jake's wife, the leader, has gone completely mad because she had just lost her beloved son. Seizing the opportunity, the colonel puts a knife on Jake's daughter, Kiri, and demands they all surrender. But just then, Jake's wife arrives and holds a knife to the colonel's son, Spider. The colonel is forced to let Jake go. Finally, a hand-to-hand fight breaks out between the colonel and Jake. After a fierce and difficult battle, Jake manages to strangle the colonel underwater with his bare hands. He chokes him to death on the spot, and ultimately, the cruel colonel begins to drown. But the colonel's son rescues him and brings him back to the surface, because a father is a father. When the colonel says, "Son, come with me, you can't survive here," Jake angrily runs back to his family. Jake's family, seeing Jake and Spider, is overjoyed and begins to love him as before. Finally, Jake buries his eldest son, who was shot and killed, underwater. He recalls all his past memories. "I held my son, who is dead, in my arms when he was born, and I'm burying him with my own hands." The story of Avatar, Part 2 ends here. So friends, this was the complete explanation of today's movie. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.